All right, so picture this. You're at your company's big year-end party. The music's going, everyone's mingling, but there's a secret hidden right there on the buffet table. A puzzle that you and I, we're going to solve right now.
So, let me ask you, when you think about these big office parties, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Is it the free food? Maybe watching your boss do some questionable dance moves, or is it all about the prizes? Keep that thought, because things are about to get really interesting.
Okay, so in a lot of companies, these year-end parties, they're called WEA, are a massive deal. I mean, on one hand, you've got these unbelievable prizes. We're talking new cars, trips around the world. And on the other hand, the food is just as over the top. Lobster, steak, the whole shebang. It's all about going big, you know. High stakes and high glamour.
But then, wait a minute. You look over, and sitting right there next to that fancy lobster are these really humble, simple-looking street foods, and that, my friends, is where our real story kicks off.
So that brings us to the big puzzle, right? Why on earth are these super simple traditional foods on the menu at this insane high-stakes corporate party? It seems totally out of place, but trust me, there's a fascinating reason, and we're gonna get to the bottom of it.
So, what is the secret? I mean, why are these humble little buns and rolls the secret stars of the whole event? Well, get this. It turns out they're not just food at all. Nope, they're actually a hidden code for wealth, luck, and even your job security.
All right, first up, let's talk about this amazing, fluffy, steamed bun, the guo bao. It kind of looks like a Taiwanese hamburger, right? But tonight it is so much more. It's basically a powerful symbol for your financial future. Think of it like your own personal wealth wallet for the new year. Just look at it from the side. See how that puffy, folded bun looks exactly like a wallet? And it's stuffed full of delicious fillings, just like cash. The message here is super clear. Eating this is like making a wish for your own wallet to be just as full and overflowing in the new year.
But hold on, it gets even cooler. The symbolism doesn't stop with the wallet. The guabao has this other name, and it sounds totally epic. It's Hu Yao Zhu, which literally means tiger-biting pig. Intense, right? And that name unlocks a whole other level of meaning.
Okay, let's break that down. So, the fluffy white bun, that's supposed to be the tiger's open mouth. And the pork belly inside? Yep, that's the pig. So when you take a big bite, you're not just eating something delicious, you're actually symbolically devouring all the bad stuff from the past year. We're talking bad luck, misfortune, and, get this, even those annoying workplace villains. It's like the most delicious way to start fresh.
And it goes even deeper. Every single ingredient in there tells a piece of your story at work. You've got the sour pickled mustard, that's for all the hard work, the tough days. Then there's the sweet peanut powder. That's the sweet reward, the recognition you deserve. And finally, that rich, savory pork. That's the big payoff, the amazing results of all your success. So eating a gualabao is basically like eating the whole journey of a successful year in one bite.
All right, let's switch gears to our second mystery food, the runbing. Now, you might look at it and just think, oh, it's a spring roll. But just like the guabao, this thing is absolutely packed with meaning, especially when it comes to, rolling in the good fortune.
The big clue here is its shape. A runbing isn't just rolled up randomly. It's rolled into this perfect little cylinder. And that's on purpose. It's meant to look just like a roll of cash, or maybe an old-school paper check. So when you're eating one, you're symbolically just bringing all that wealth and prosperity right to yourself.
And think about how it's made, right? You start with that thin wrapper, and then you just pile on all these different ingredients. You got crunchy cabbage, carrots, meat, egg, all these different textures and flavors. And then you wrap them all up tight into one perfect, harmonious roll.
And this is the really cool part. The runbing is this amazing metaphor for teamwork. All those different ingredients, that's the team. Everyone in the company with their own unique talents and personalities. And when you wrap them all up together, you get something that's way better than the sum of its parts. You get success. It's literally a delicious symbol of unity.
Okay, so we've figured out what these foods mean, but the big question is why? Why are they so important at this specific party? To get that, we have to dive into the psychology of the whole event. It's time to talk about the Weiya mind game. Believe it or not, this whole mind game used to center around one absolutely terrifying dish.
For years and years, when the whole steamed white-cut chicken came out to the table, employees would just be filled with dread. And it had nothing to do with how it tasted. It was all about the secret message it could send.
And here's why it was so scary. There was this pretty brutal tradition, completely unspoken. If that chicken was served and the head was pointed right at you, that was it. That was the boss's silent way of telling you that you were fired. Can you even imagine the stress? Everyone just staring at their plates, praying that chicken head is pointing anywhere else.
So obviously, this was a huge problem, right? I mean, you can't exactly build team morale when everyone's terrified of the main course. So some really savvy leaders came up with a brilliant countermove, using the very foods we've been talking about.
And this is just genius. Instead of that old terrifying message from the chicken, "Am I about to get fired?" the boss completely flips the script. By serving guabao and rungbing, the new message is all about reassurance. It's, "Hey, we're a team, let's all get rich together next year." It completely changes the vibe in the room from fear to hope.
So, now that you know the secret, how can you, use this to your advantage? Let's wrap this up with a couple of fun tips on how to eat for maximum luck and maybe, just maybe, drop a little hint that you'd like a raise.
Okay, so next time you're at a party and they serve guabao, here's what you do. Take a big bite, turn to your boss, and just casually say something like, "Wow, this is delicious. I feel like my wallet is getting thicker already." It's a fun, kind of playful way to put that idea out there.
And what about the rungbing? Easy. You could say something like, "This is so rich with all these ingredients. I bet our company's fortune is going to roll up to be even bigger next year." See? It's smart, it's subtle, and it reinforces that whole idea of teamwork and success for everybody.
So, at the end of the day, what this all really tells us is that food is so much more than just fuel, right? Especially at these kinds of events. It's telling a whole story, a story about wealth, luck, and unity. The whole feast is really about being grateful for the year that's passed and hopeful for an even better future together.
And that leaves us with one last thought. These amazing traditions, they're all around us, a lot of times hiding in plain sight. So the next time you sit down to eat, especially if it's for a celebration, just take a second and ask yourself, what's the story you're really tasting?